Hey there, I'm Sandy Reese, Chief Encouragement Officer here at Get Fully Funded, where we show small nonprofits how to raise the money they need to fully fund their operations. Today I want to give you a writing tip. Now I know that not everybody likes to write, but listen, communication is very important with your donors. Fundraising is based on relationships. Relationships are based on communication. So if you're not communicating regularly, either through newsletters, through social media updates, through whatever, you're missing big opportunity. Now, if you're the kind of person who really doesn't like to write, all of that gets harder. So whether that's you or you'd just like a tip to make writing easier, I've got you covered. Here's what I want you to do. First, to think about how communication really works. So if you and I were sitting here having a conversation, I could talk about me, I could talk about you, or I could talk about something else, right? So there's me, there's you, and there's something else. And the something else could be the weather, it could be the stock market, it could be my dogs, or some other story that I want to tell you. And it's not really that different when you're talking to your donors. You can talk about yourself or your organization. You can talk about them and the role that they play in fundraising and in changing lives. And you can talk about others, which would be those that your organization serves. In other words, telling a story about somebody whose life has been changed. Okay, did you catch that? You can talk about your organization, you can talk about your donor and their role in making a difference, or you can tell stories and talk about those that you're serving. Now, here's the problem. Most organizations spend all their communication time, regardless of if it's a newsletter, an appeal, a thank you, a social media post, whatever it is, they spend all their time talking about themselves. And that's not very interesting. If you've ever had a friend that all they want to do is talk about themselves, you know how just crappy that is. So here's your tip. I want you to get a red pen, I actually have a Sharpie, and print out a copy of your letter, newsletter, whatever it is. So I have one here. And I want you to do a couple of things. Number one, you're going to go through and circle anytime you see the word you or yours. So you can see that I've started circling. This is a letter from my friends at Children of Uganda, which they do a great job with their letters. So you're going to circle the you, your, anytime you see that in red. And then where there's a story, you're just going to highlight that in yellow. Now look at this page. Can you see that? Like a good half of it or more, like tons of the page is yellow. So it's a story. They're talking about somebody that they're serving. And where there's not a story, there's red. This is a fantastic letter. This is going to really, really land with the audience. Now what you can also do is go through and circle anytime you see the word we, us, or our in blue. And so if you do that and your page is no highlighting, no red, and it's all blue, you got to go change it. This is called the you test. Circle the word you, your in red, circle anything that's we, us, and our in blue, highlight the story, and your page should look like this with lots of yellow highlight and lots of red circles. So there's your tip. Before you send it, run it through the you test just to make sure that the language is donor focused where it needs to be. You need to be making the donor the hero, whether you're thanking them, it's a social media post, it's a newsletter, it's an update, it's an appeal, it doesn't matter. Your donor is the focus. You can get more tips just like this on our blog at getfullyfunded.com/blog or on our YouTube channel at getfullyfundedtv.com. See you next time.